You're listening to the Bandcamp Weekly.
Vous êtes à véhiculer Bandcamp.
Écoutez Bandcamp Weekly.
Chocolate boom boom.
Listen to a lot of music. Listen to a lot of music. Whatever music you like to listen to, listen to it.
This is Eric Lau, and you're listening to Bandcamp Weekly with Andrew
Peace and
Jervis.
love, this is Shafiq Hussein.
Hi, this is Omar, and you're listening to Bandcamp Weekly.
And I'm on Bandcamp.
Hey, Pips is Dynasty, aka your girl.
Stay tuned.
Hi there, and welcome to a new episode of the Bandcamp Weekly. My name is Andrew Jervis, your host with the most, and this week that means tunes from Bonobo and Nick Murphy, Swindle, and Daphni. Joining me in a little while to play a few tracks from his forthcoming album is top British soul singer Omar, whom Stevie Wonder once remarked he'd like to be when he grows up. New album is killer, so that'll be a fun one to get into. We've also got a grip of musical gems from around the world. First peek at the new album from Basti and Keb, some driving drum business from Botany and also Daniel Brandt of Brandt, Brouwer and Frick, plus Gurma Bayene and Akale Wube, Herve and Myrna. So, all styles, all smiles on this, your Bandcamp Weekly. Athens of the North just drops a new slew of insanely good 7 inches. That one from Frizzell, the top party tune. Today is the day. It's the hot mix. Check out aotns.bandcamp.com for the rest of the goodies from Athens of the North. And we kick the show off on the funk tip from instrumentalist Cole Harrison out of Montreal. Goes by the name Counts, and we heard the track We Did It. And in the background now, music out of Austin, Texas, Spencer Stevenson, aka Botany, with a brand new one. More adventurous sounds from the label known as Western Vinyl. Dial up, dial down from Damu the Fudge Monk in the background. Coming up next is my conversation with UK soul singer Omar, the man with the golden voice that just doesn't seem to want to age. 8 albums in, new one's out on Freestyle very soon. It's called Love and Beats, and it features an all-star guest lineup including Myra Andrade, soul legend Leon Ware, UK rapper Ty, and Blue Note pianist Robert Glasper. Delighted to have Omar stop by the Bandcamp Weekly. Let's check out the track called Deja Vu first.
What's up, people? This is Omar, and you're listening to Bandcamp Weekly. You know what I'm saying? Bad, large from time.
Omar, welcome to the Bandcamp Weekly.
Thank you very much.
So great to have you on the Weekly. I'm a long-time fan from There's Nothing Like This, your early Talking Loud days and on, and the new album is really great, so congratulations. And thanks.
Thank you.
It's kind of funny in a way that you're on Freestyle alongside Carleen Anderson and Courtney Pine. It's a bit of a Talking Loud reunion, isn't it?
Yeah, I kind of think so. You know, I knew about Carleen initially because she actually asked me, you know, what was Freestyle like, how had it been for me, and I've got nothing but good things to say about them. Basically, you know, being in an independent label and leaving me to be free to create music the way that I do, and being patient about it as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's a pretty good way to go, especially at my stage of making music.
Right.
And I can see Carleen and Courtney also being in the same position. You know, they've been around for a while.
Yeah.
And they're pretty good doing, you know, the live stuff as well. So you know, you need to have a label that's going to be working with you as opposed to, you know, for you, or, you know what I mean? It's just something like there's a good relationship there.
Sure. Well, I wish all three of you the best of luck, because you've all had fantastic careers as far as musical output goes. So I'm looking forward to hearing more.
Thank you.
You've been awarded an MBE for services to music at Buckingham Palace.
Yeah.
And I was listening to the album the other day, and I Want It to Be, there's a line, there's another reminder that you're very much a sort of British-styled or a British-informed soul singer when you sing, "Our love is hot like tea." So I was wondering, I mean, you're not going to hear Drake sing that or anyone, but is
well, no.
Is the UK where the majority of your fans are?
No, I would say, you know, if you're talking numbers, then I think the States is pretty up there in terms of my big fan base. You know, I up until 2009, I was there quite regularly. I've had some issues with getting back there, but that's going to be taken care of this year. But you know, I'm finding that you know, wherever I go, in these places like, you know, you think, where are they going to know my music? You know, Azerbaijan was somewhere where, you know, people are thinking, really, you know, Baku. I've never been in this place before. I've only just sort of like discovered it, and yet people know my music there. So I'm never surprised as to where when people, you know the music and know the
amazing, really, right? I mean, nothing worse than turning up to a club and you get 5 folks and the sound of crickets in the background. So the fact,
yeah, I mean, listen, don't get me wrong, I've had those as well, but yeah, it's nice to turn up when people turn up for you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've got legions of well-known fans around the world, right? I mean, I think the famous quotes that are getting thrown around on your press release are Stevie Wonder saying he'd like to be like you when he grows up, and Erykah Badu saying that he's still one of the best voices she's ever heard, which is high praise indeed.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's all a blessing, man. You know, I'm grateful that people are taking their time to listen to the music. And you know, coming from those people, of course, it means something special.
Sure.
But man, I still got to queue up when I go to the bank. You know what I mean? It's one of them ones. You take it for a second and then you get back to work.
Over yonder, I hear calling. Someone speaking to my soul. They can sense that I've been yearning. Without your love, I can't be whole. It's a song that I wrote for you, 'cause I love and I adore you. Expect to hear that living in the body. Yeah.
Let's talk about the new album. Tell us about the title, Love and Beats. What's that a reference to?
I was thinking of my brother's production in terms of the hip-hop sounds, and it's definitely beats, you know, and obviously my background is drums and percussion as well, so the beats was always going to be part of the title, but then I was kind of, was it soul and beats or soul beats or love and beats, and then I came in with love in beats or love in beats, you know what I mean? And it just seemed to encapsulate the whole vibe of the album, really. You know, it's still something which is very expressionist. I'm bare in my soul when I'm singing. You know, I'm literally telling you how I'm feeling at that moment. And you know, there's some little confusing bits, and some bold bits, and some bits where you're just expressing the love and stuff. So it was just quite simply love in beats, even though there's no song, you know, because some people just take the title of one of the songs, and I normally do that. But I thought for this album, it made perfect sense.
Yeah, actually, I want to ask you about your brother, who you mentioned. He does the production on this record?
12 tracks. He's done 6 of the songs.
Okay, cool.
So, and the other ones have been my production and a couple of guys. One is Maurice Brown from the States and Richard Earnshaw, who I did Insatiable with. You know what I mean? But it's the beat. He calls it sound and MIDI manipulation. That's his That's his title for what he does, and you can hear it when you listen to the music.
Well, you come from a pretty crazy musical family. Your dad worked with Bob Marley and Horace Andy, and your sister's musical too. So family must be a constant source of influence for you.
Back in the day, my brothers, one of them passed away 2 years ago, rest in peace.
Sorry to hear that.
They used to have a band called Burning Bush, which was just kids, man. I think, my kid brother then, he was like 10, playing keys. And the other brother was playing drums, and they had a girl backing singers, the lead singers and stuff. My dad was a drummer, like I said, from back in the day. So yeah, there'd be times when we get together and then make some music. But as all families do, or some families do, sometimes they get together and they clash. And the music doesn't get made.
Yeah. Actually, did you hear that story about UB40 the other day? There are actually 2 UB40s now because the brothers just don't speak at all.
Yeah,
you can go and book 2 different UB40s if that's your thing.
Yeah, well, that don't surprise me. This is how it is. I'm fortunate that I've never been in a band. Well, not fortunate, but I've just never been in a band, and so that's why I'm still here, with the name and doing what I do, because I've never had to split up with anybody.
Yeah. You've always had this deep, grainy, ultra soulful voice that seems effortless and honest, and it doesn't seem to have aged. Do you feel the same way?
Well, no, I think it's matured, for definite, because I didn't like my voice when I first started.
Is that right?
When I first started, I was 16, and I'd been singing for a couple of years, and I'd sung in choirs and stuff like that. But if you hear my first ever single, it's not the same voice that you can hear now. I think I'd like to develop it and get it to a certain stage. But man, I've just been, lucky that I'm still enjoying what I do. I try and look after the voice as much as I can. I find that exercise really helps. That's why I do Thai boxing training, and it really helps with keeping the vocals on in shape.
Interesting.
I still got to try and do something which would be like getting a vocal trainer. As I spoke to George Benson, and he's telling me he's got the same vocal trainer as Stevie does, and them guys are into their 70s now, 60s, late 60s, 70s, and they're still getting vocal training. You know what I mean? And with their voices as wicked as they are, there's something in it.
Omar, thanks a million, man, and good luck with Love and Beats. I love it, and congratulations on everything so far, and may there be many more.
Thank you very much. Nice one. All right, Andrew, take care.
Thank you, Omar and the crew over at Freestyle Records. Hey, joining me next week with a special 30-minute mix is Italian producer Clap Clap, whose new album's coming out soon on Black Acre.
Baby, please pick up the phone. Call me on a number by the telephone. Pick up. I know you've been down and you've been sad, but that don't mean things are really that bad. Pick up.
That's multi-instrumentalist Bastian Keb. Loved his record that he did for One Handed a little while ago. He's just announced a new one, full-length album, forthcoming early March on First Word Records. Here's a little something special from the Frente Bollerista label out of Rio de Janeiro's M-Rux on your Bandcamp Weekly. It's the latest from Collocator and her 7-piece ensemble for On the Corner Records. Everywhere. From the forthcoming album called The Search. We also heard from Akale Wube on Prada Records in an Ethio style, and on the recently formed Shapes of Rhythm label, a track called Himba, a collaborative release from the two founders of the label, Tom Central and Body Moves. Pressure Sounds, it's the vintage sounds of the Aggravators. It's the Running of Time dubplate mix. Here's a little something from the now, from Akron, Ohio. Gabriel S. Schrey. Mostly self-released, except for an album he did on Bark and Hiss in 2012. But this new album, he's partnered with Last Resort, new label out of London. Born from the NTS radio show of the very same name. City Records out of Ireland. That's French producer Folomore and a track called Shaky. We heard from Daphni, aka Dan Snaith of Caribou in Manitoba, and Owen Pallett. Their track Julia appears on the compilation put together by Chris Peterson. Used to be over at DFA. His Live Through Magic comp is set to raise funds for victims of the ghost ship fire in Oakland. Out of Italy, it was Hervé and a little something called Solar Zub. Forthcoming on Planet Mu. Kin Sound gave us Drum Sounds 1, and it was Gabriel S. Schrey who kicked the set off. Changing down a couple of gears for some dreamy stuff. This is Skygaze on Love Hour Records, a little something called Light Scripted, featuring Sleeping Loops. Sound of Laura Veers and White Cherry. Found that in my music feed courtesy of Richard E., producer out of LA. And before that, out of Oakland, another great track from Myrna. That's it for this week's show. Thanks for tuning in. Bandcamp Weekly will be back next Tuesday. Until then, see ya.
Bandcamp.